Hi guys, I'm Raghuram Balaji from CCHS. Today we are going to see the game played between Aaron Nimzowitsch and Capablanca in 1927, New York. In this game, Capablanca shows how to dominate with the rooks. Let's get into the game. Here we have the position. Black is clearly better. Queen is active. Rooks are dominating over the C line, and knight is also active. And you can see a lot of big squares around the white area, especially G4, E4, C4 and B3. White played rook E2. Now it's Kappa's turn. Can you guys find the move? Yes, Capablanca played knight E7 with the idea of bringing rook to C4. White played Re D2, rook to C4. From here, rook domination starts. White played Q on H3 with the idea of pressuring E6 pawn. If black is not defending the pawn properly, then there is a chance for knight into E6. Then if black takes F into E6, then white can bring Q into E6. Some kind of attacking chances white is having. Capablanca played king G7, rook F2, A5. Now Capablanca is trying to improve his queenside play. He is having more time, so he is improving his queenside play. After A5, white played rook E2, knight F5. Now Capablanca is planning to exchange the D4 knight. Once the D4 knight is exchanged, then rooks can dominate over the 4th rank. So white played knight into F5, G into F5, Q on F3. Instead of Q on F3, if white tries to take on H5, Q on H5, then black can do rook H8. Now we can see rook is attacking the H line. So white has to go Q on F3, rook H4. Now F4 pawn is hanging. So it's clearly impossible to take the pawn on H5. If white tries like Q on F2, Q on F2 check, rook into F2 and RC into F4, and clearly black is better and black is winning, and you can see the pawns on E5 and G5 is more weak. So after G into F5, in the original game, Nimzowitsch played Q on F3, king G6, defending the pawn on H5, Re D2, rook E4. Now slowly Capablanca getting his rook inside the white's area. After rook E4, white played rook D4, now rook C4, Q on F2, Q on B5. This move is useful. This is really a good move. Slowly Capablanca is improving his Q. At some point the Q can come to B3 or C4. Slowly black Q getting inside the white's camp. So white played king G3. Instead of king G3, if white takes rook into C4, then black can take Q into C4. Now you can see the F4 pawn is threatened. If they try to defend by playing rook D4, and one more, black is clearly better, Q on B3. So after Q on B5, in the original game, Nimzowitsch played king G3, RC into D4, C into D4. If white takes with rook into, black can simply play rook E2 and black is winning the pawn on B2. So after RC into D4, in the original game, white played C into D4. Q on C4, threatening Q on C1. White played king G2, B5. Black is also preparing to play B4, king G1, B4, A into B4, A into B4, king to G1, Q on C1, king G3, Q on H1. It's very dangerous. Rook D3. So instead of rook D3, if black tries to exchange the Q by playing Q on F3, which is a serious bad move, pause the video guys and try to get the answer. Hope you guys found the right move. H4 check, and you can clearly see white cannot take on H4. If white takes on H4, then F3 Q is hanging, and if white plays like king F2, then black can do Q on E1 check, and wins the rook on d2. So it's not possible. So after q on h1, in the original game they played rook d3. Now Capablanca played rook e1, rook to f3, rook d1, pressuring the d4 pawn, b3, rook c1, rook to e3, rook to f1, q on e2, q on g1 check. There is a only option king h3. If white plays q on g2, then we will get the rook on e3. So it's not possible and clearly losing for white. So white has to play like king h3 and rook e1 and clear winning for black. If white takes on q on to e1, q on g4, checkmate. We will see the move order. e4, c6, d4, d5. Nimzowitsch opted for Caro-Kann advanced variation, e5, bishop f5, bishop d3. Apart from bishop d3, white can also try knight f3 or even knight c3 or knight d2. So a lot of possibilities there for white. But Nimzowitsch continued with bishop d3, bishop takes d3, q on to d3, e6, knight c3, q on b6. Now you can see black is pressuring on d4 and b2. So white continued ngE2, c5. This is a crucial break for black point of view. D into c5, bishop into c5, targeting f2. So white went for castle, knight to e7, knight to a4. Now Nimzowitsch forking bishop and q. So Capablanca played q on c6, knight into c5, q on to c5, bishop e3, q on to c7, pressuring the e5 pawn. So Nimzowitsch played f4, knight to f5, c3, knight c6, ra d1, g6, preparing to push h5 and also gripping the knight on f5, g4, knight into e3, q on to e3. Now Capablanca played h5. White played g5, castles, knight d4, planning to bring knight b5 followed by knight d6. So Capablanca played q on b6, preventing knight b5 idea as well as pressuring the diagonal a7 to g1 and b2, rook f2, rfc8, a3, rook c7, preparing to double the rooks, rook d3, knight to a5, rook e2, rook to e8, guarding the e6 pawn because white is trying to do f5 break at some point. So Capablanca is protecting the e6 and also preventing some kind of attack over the e line. King g2, knight c6, re d2, rec8. Now we reached the starting position. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, share and don't forget to subscribe the channel. I'm signing off. Bye and love you all.